Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 1 of RD2L Season 3. This is going to be a fun matchup between 4T and Gaben's Angels. That's who they are.
Radiant team ban.
This is Have No Pity. I'm here with LPNF. We don't normally cast together, but he's a fun guy to have on to do much smarter commentary than I do. So, welcome.
That's a lot of pressure.
10 seconds remaining.
I was going to sit down here and talk about cosmetic items.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 20 minutes. So, let's get into the bans. Pretty standard bans. Timbersaw, we've seen a lot of play in RD2L, especially in week 1. Elder Titan just gets banned like every single game. He's such a strong early mid-game hero. And the Venomancer, very strong tri-lane support. Everyone likes to go aggressive tries now. And the Lich, just a very strong, again, early game laner.
Yeah, these bans are pretty much just chalk. They're just what you would expect. Strong heroes, they can fill a lot of roles. Plus if you don't want them, with the Gabens, that's like, for example, it looks like GA did not want to pick Timbersaw. So, actually looks like they didn't have any plan at all.
Maybe they wanted Lich.
Could be.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, because unless you know the other, Clockwork. Yeah, that's a really good first pick.
Yeah.
Team pick.
He's kind of like, I would say one of the top offlaner right now, just because with the new creepy equilibrium, he can lane pretty well, and then he's very good at 6, even with no items.
Yep. And I mean, I feel like since 6.79, there were so many changes, and I feel like people have gone crazy. Like, teams tend to freak out and be like, holy crap, we have to go early game aggression, we have to roam the entire beginning of the game, and so Clockwork is amazing for that.
Definitely.
So we see...
You can keep down a Clockwork, he doesn't need much.
No. So we see a Crystal Maiden and a Wind Ranger, Crystal Maiden, very standard. Wind Ranger, not so standard. She was seeing a lot of play from Dendi in one of the most recent tournaments. I think it was Dream League or something, but... can be a mid, can be a support, can be an offlaner.
You can also do stuff like run her as the farmer in aggressive tri-lane, so it doesn't really give anything away to pick her up this early.
Yeah.
If you want to, you can so save her, she's fine against Clockwork.
So
CM is good support right now.
The only reason I wouldn't pick up a Wind Ranger this early is she's not going to get banned. I mean, I guess it's good to not show your hand, but... so we see the Weaver pick up. This will be, I guess, a farming Weaver.
Yes. I mean, do you see a lot of support Weavers?
Well, no, I'm saying a core carry farm, not an offlaner, obviously. Because Weaver can pretty much do two things, right? He can offlane or he can be the carry.
Yeah.
So.
Well, offlane is, again, he can offlane in the sense that you want to get him a 1v1 matchup. You don't want a 1v3 with the Weaver. I mean,
yes.
he can do it. It's not as... because of the relatively short cooldown on the Invis, but it's not great. But yeah, I think he's going to be farming the safe lane with 2 supports.
Yeah.
See, now they're having trouble banning, because it's just like completely unclear what Takes Two to Tango wants to do here.
Yes.
So they don't think it's Wind Ranger.
Ban.
So they're going to go ahead and ban
Radiant
Rubik.
team ban.
Yeah, I don't know about that ban. I mean, Rubik is a great hero to go against a Weaver. Shikuchi is almost never covered, so it gives him a great way to initiate. One of Rubik's big weaknesses before he gets a Force Staff is the ability to close distance and get in for a lift. But I don't really know why. And they also ban a Doom.
Doom's just good against her. That's probably why. I mean, Doom is very effective until you get to Lincolns, and even then, if they pop it with something else, getting Doom is just terrible if you're a Weaver.
So we see the Visage, and then we see the Furion ban. I don't know why they banned Furion. Maybe they could jungle him, but that would be so greedy.
Yeah, I don't know. They might be looking at kind of like a strong Deathball teamfight kind of approach, and if that happens, you don't want to get split pushed.
10 seconds.
Yes, but
Just get rid of it.
Gaben's Angels can't fit a Furion into this lineup. I don't feel like they
5
can.
seconds remaining.
You can mid the Clockwork.
You could,
That would be how you would do it.
Reserve time.
I suppose. Although then you'd go something like an OD.
Yeah, or you can just get greedy and jungling. Yeah.
But anyways, we see the Luna pickup. We see the Bane pickup.
Dire team.
This is interesting. This almost seems like a kind of a wash support pick in order to prevent them from getting a ban against Weaver.
Yeah, it's also very good against Luna, because Luna is usually kind of squishy and always gets VKB.
Yes.
So if you can hold her down while she's doing that, she won't be able to run around and deal all that damage like you want to. So it's an effective pick in that sense. And I know what I'm worried about is
10
Tango
seconds
might be looking
remaining.
to go on the offensive tri-lane and try to get the tri-lane versus tri-lane. Because they
5
did ban out the
seconds
Visage.
remaining.
They have 2 decent supports for that, and Luna's a decent carry for it. So Bane
Reserve
Weaver is
time.
not like... I don't think it's a great foundation to a strong tri-lane.
No, not at all. And
It's
I
not
think
horrible, but
I think
they're
with
really
Crystal
good
Maiden,
at all.
you most often go aggressive tri-lane because that's her strength, right? She's good in the beginning of the game for slow, nice little burst, and then the lockdown.
You can also do stuff like keep it on the defensive tri-lane and go jungle with Frostbite just to
Yes.
get extra levels. And then, like Smoke Gank or whatever.
So we see an Alchemist pickup.
Radiant
This,
team
I
pick.
assume, is going to be a support Alch, although it could be a farming Alch, and you could see Luna mid.
And the other thing is they still might be looking to go aggressive and then get the 1v1 clock Alch, which isn't like great for Alch, but he's probably not going to get killed.
Yeah.
And he can get some farm up there with Greed or whatever. And something that you also will see sometimes is a mid Alchemist, although I don't know if they
10
want to commit to that
seconds
here,
remaining.
because he's kind of crappy in some matchups.
Well, this is really interesting. I mean, I feel like
seconds
Takes Two to
remaining.
Tango has left their lineup wide open. Really, I mean, this is one of the most generic, unreadable
Dire
lineups I've
team
seen in a
ban.
long time. I really don't know who's going to go where. And I think Gaben's Angels doesn't really know what to do.
Radiant
Well,
team
they're kind of
banned.
just going to hold their lanes, I think. I mean, I don't know if Takes Two Tango can do that much to mess with them, because they're kind of set in what they're doing already, so it's not like they're going to react even if Takes Two Tango does
Yes.
something weird with the last pick.
So we see the Lifestealer ban. They
10
assume that
seconds
Clockworker
remaining.
Weaver is going mid here, and they were afraid they're going to pick up a Lifestealer. Which would be an amazing hero comboed with Clockwork
Dire
or
team
Weaver.
pick.
Just in this lineup, I feel like it would be a hard thing to... They
Yeah,
could-
and then GA's banning out the OD, so I wonder if they're going to pick... Well, they're kind of angling for an intelligence mid, I guess.
Spirit is alive.
Radiant team pick.
So we're going to see Storm Spirit mid, we're going to see Wind Ranger offlane, we're going to see a Tri Alchemist support, Luna Carry, and Crystal Maiden, I believe. That's a pretty solid aggressive tri lane.
Well... Wait, you think they're going to go an aggressive tri lane?
I think so. I think they
Then
want
they can
to.
leave the Alchemist on the safe lane and take Wind Ranger as a support.
They could do
They're
that,
gonna
although
go
I think they
aggressive
want to go
yourself.
with the
10
Channeling
seconds
Alchemist
remaining.
stun on the guaranteed Crystal Maiden Frostbite.
5
That's true.
seconds remaining.
Well, if they're just kind of confident the guy can hit his shackles, then they can do that. They could still, they could do either. They
Reserve
could even do
time.
like mid Alchemist, so safe the storm, depending on what the matchup looks like it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know what... neither of these teams is very defined right now. The Weaver Clockwork double pick is just very strange. And the question is, who's going to go against Storm mid? Probably a Weaver, I would guess. They might play Ancient Apparition mid. I've seen that happen before. Get a fast level 6.
Probably whoever they pick here. They
Prob-
could go with the Quap and just try to...
Death Prophet. Very good pick. I like the Death Prophet a lot.
It's kind of weird in that the rest of the lineup doesn't push at all.
Yep.
Like AA and Bane are two of the worst pushing supports. Weaver doesn't bring anything. Clockwork, he can kind of help push in the sense that you can try to pick somebody off and then push after that, but he doesn't actually push
Prepare for
himself.
battle.
So,
All right, so let's take a look at the heroes now. On Gaben's Angels, we have riding on cars going mid as the Death Prophet. We have Fletha playing the support Bane in the defensive tri lane, along with Chemo Maiden playing the Ancient Apparition. Konet farming on the Weaver with a very interesting Weaver set. I'm going to take a look at that closer. And then off lane, we have Are You Crazy on the Clockwork.
yeah, pretty standard. More or less what we expected after that last pick. And And it looks like the Dire is just going to do the offlane Weaver with a defensive tri-lane.
Yeah, we see 2 defensive tri-lanes coming out. Vanek is going to be on the Crystal Maiden. Interesting set.
30 seconds
Luna's
to go.
going to be played by Jorah. Pretty solid carry. Mid is going to be Chinese character Man on the Storm Spirit. We're going to see player 704 on the Wind Ranger. And finally, we're going to see Jimmy on the Sport Alk.
I love that Wind Ranger hat. It's my favorite item. Makes him look like Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. I really like. I haven't seen this Crystal Maiden chest star before. It's kind of cool. Start. Yeah, it is star, David. So we see right off the bat, we see aggressive wards coming out from the defensive tri-lane. Nice in-lane ward to keep track of what's going on. They try to D-ward, and they don't catch the blocking ward right here. A lot of protection coming out for Jorah.
D-ward the rune ward. And it looks like also there's not going to be a whole... Oh, no, okay, they do have one. They have this down here. You're right.
In the tri-lane, we see not a whole lot happening. This is going to be a pretty passive tri-lane, I think. I don't think they're going to be able to... They're going to zone out the Clockwork, but I don't think they're going to get a kill here. Meanwhile, in the Radiance tri-lane, we see kind of the same thing. A very, very defensive Wind Ranger. It's going to be a slow beginning of the game.
These guys, neither offlaners in the position to just actually go in and contest. They have to wait for it to get pushed back or wait for the support sleeve and try to mess with the pulls.
Yeah.
They can't just go stand there and hope to not get killed. So Windrunner is saving her skill point at level 1.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's not going to do a whole lot right now.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Although, really, if you're going to hold it all the way until level 2, just in case you need Windrun, you might as well skill Windrun. Or, but now she can do stuff, yeah. Power shot, Windrun.
We see action happening in the mid. It looks like he might be able to get a first blood here. He gets a slow. He needs 2 more auto attacks. He's not going to get him. She turns around. He dodges. Gets another slow, but she's going to be able to get out and bottle up. She actually salves, and that's going to be it. But we see a rotation from Jimmy coming down. I think he wants to try to get a kill here. Death Prophet's full health now.
He might be waiting for the courier to come back.
He might be. Courier does not have a bottle on it, though, so...
It's true. But it looks like, because Death Prophet saved a lot more money than Storm at the start. Storm bought a null, and it looks like Prophet just went in for some branches and a little bit of regen, so she was able to get the bottle faster, even though she's losing out a little bit on last hits.
We see an Invis up on Bane, going mid. Keeps it away from the Storm.
Yeah, he did get his bottle. He's not going to just drink it all and send it right back.
Meanwhile, we see Jimmy going back top. He wasn't able to get the courier.
He's not really doing much of anything.
No.
In the meantime, they're going on the Crystal Maiden with the Clockwork. He's going to try to get the battery assault off. That's a lot of damage. So this could work. Oh.
She gets away, and Jimmy might be able to turn it around if he goes back down the river, which he does. He should start channeling his stun very soon. There the channel starts. He's going to launch it on Clockwork. This is going to be first blood, for sure. First blood for the Jorah.
That was really too bad. He almost had Vanek. Vanek was because Clockwork went 2 points of battery assault by level 3 instead of getting 1 in Flare. So that's so much damage he's almost able to bring down the Crystal Maiden just by following her around.
Pings come out on Jimmy, so they're able to see him there. They shouldn't be able to see him, I don't think. We see mid. I assume the captain is riding on cars mid, is calling for a rotation mid from the supports in order to get a kill. And I miss Windrunner killing Weaver. I don't know how I missed that. That's huge. Great reaction to immediately when the supports leave, go on the carry.
Yeah, they haven't been able to keep her out very effectively. She's level 5. And then like the AA is 2 and the Bane is 2. So they weren't able to hold her out. And then they spent so much time trying to do that they didn't get any levels in the jungle or anything. So the offlane is going very, very well for 4T right now.
Rune is top. It looks like Jimmy's going to guard it. And that's going to enable Storm Spirit to grab it. Full health with a haster, and that's a happy Storm Spirit. He wants to make something happen. There are 2 supports in the mid lane for Gabe's army.
This is kind of tough. They need to figure out what to do with these guys, or at least just go back to the hole. I don't think. Yeah, he can just haste out of that. Everything's fine. And I mean, the supports are level 2. They don't do much damage.
Whoa, we see Jimmy coming from the side. He gets a stun on riding on cars. He gets a sleep. Very good sleep. And that's going to force 4T back. Brain Sap almost kills the Storm Spirit, but he's able to get out.
Oh, yeah, that's too bad. That almost worked. It was maybe a little aggressive, but...
It was great. I mean, the sleep from the Bane saved him. If they hadn't gotten the sleep, Storm definitely would have finished off the Death Prophet.
Yeah, instead they had to spend too long kind of hanging around. Storm took a lot of damage. He needs to get his the bird over there to send his bottle back.
Jimmy's trapped on the high ground here. He starts channeling a stun on Chemo Maiden. I don't think Chemo Maiden sees him yet. Oh, this is going to be a big stun. He's able to get a few hits in there. Storm's coming in as well. Storm's at low health. Those cold feet are going to hurt. Storm's able to get a slow up. He's going to get slept. This could be hurt. He's able to get Chemo Maiden. He gets a pull on Fluffa to get a slow. There's 4 heroes here. Oh, the Crystal Man's able to stop.
Not have enough mana to nuke down Storm Spirit, or else they're going to turn around pretty quick.
Oh man, they get 2 kills there for free. Jimmy's able to dodge the Death Swarm, or Crypt Swarm. Great rotations from 4T. Clockwork Rockets making life hard for the Storm Spirit. We now see Chemo Maiden on the Ancient Apparition going top. So they're going to try to challenge this free farm that Jorah's getting. He's been able to keep up with the Weaver, who is also getting free farm. All the action is mid right now.
Luna's doing much better because Weaver got killed.
Yes, for sure.
Wonder if they might try to get a lucky rocket over here and kill Vanek. Pretty low, trying to jungle, but no. So what they're doing right now is they're just trying to use the AA so that the supports are kind of stuck there, and they have to be near to help out Luna, because Luna doesn't really want to be there against Clockwork and AA. So they're trying to try to pin the supports there by doing this. Doesn't look like they're going for it though.
No.
Volvonic is going back to base. Alchemist is just at base. So he's going to have to hustle back to the top lane and make sure Luna can keep farming.
All right, carry on.
Yeah, the supports aren't really staying long enough to really slow down the Luna. Instead, it's just kind of sapping experience and keeping Clockwork from getting 6. If Clockwork was 6 here, he'd be able to jump on that Luna, who is already a 6 and has her ultimate up. So he's trying to get in there.
Maybe you don't want to jump. Kind of risky to jump on a guy who's going to nuke you 5 times.
Yes, but you'd be able to survive it. With Battery Assault, you'd probably kill her. We see the supports coming in for 4T. They're going to go.
They're going to go for the kill. Let's see. Have they seen him? They need to fall back like right now. Rocket goes out. They get the stun.
No breaking through the dias.
Wow,
The cold snap goes down too. He might be able to get him here. They get him. But Jorah's stunned up. It's not going to matter.
Kind of needed to TP somebody in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chemo
yeah,
Maiden is low.
Really low. Jorah gets blocked a little bit. Keeps diving. He has the nuke up again.
Be able to
Throws it
stop.
in there.
He's too
faster,
deep.
But yeah.
Radiant's top
The TP is going to come in. He's in trouble now.
Clockwork is coming in. Clockwork doesn't have the hook, and Jorah can just run away.
This is why you really don't want to
Well,
just
here we have
rotate
Bane
in
coming
supports.
Bane needs to sleep. Jorah sleeps
Or
himself.
himself.
No,
That was a
he can't.
misclick.
How about that?
And Weaver goes down again to win Ranger in the meantime. So yeah, that wasn't the best exchange.
Things are just going really badly for Gaben's army right now. They're just losing on these exchanges, and they're close too. It's not like they're, taking bad fights. They just few misplays, and here we are at 6-0.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get much out of their supports yet. So, okay, now they're going to go for the initiation with that. He's going to get in there with the battery hustle and the cogs. Hopefully this will be a kill.
There you go.
Much better. And yeah, with the battery assault, she actually could not get her ult off.
Yep. She was trying.
And that's a hookup for Clockwork. So once battery assault cools down, they should look for a kill in one of these supports.
Radiant's
Clockwork is finally a
bottom tower ain't
6.
Pretty sight right now.
Oh, it's Step Weaver. It looks like he's going. No, he's going treads. Okay, I thought he was going minus.
4 top for Gaben's army. I don't think they've not been spotted out yet. They dive in. They're going to dive on Jorah. They might get 2 kills here. This is looking really bad. We get the ultimate out from Jorah, though. It's hitting a lot. There's going to be the stun down, but now he's trapped in the corner.
No, just too much damage.
So much damage. 4T's got to get out of there.
Now they can just go back, knock down the tower, and that's a nice little turnaround. Yeah, they really needed that.
Yes. Not enough vision, not knowing where people were, not able to get in there. Not being able to see them get in there, I should say. Tries for the fancy deny. He would.
No, instead he just used those entire It looks like, I mean, at this point I would imagine Storm is thinking he's going to go for the Bloodstone, since he went for the Arcane Boots. But he's not off to too good of a start. I mean, he hasn't died, he has a kill, but his last hits aren't the best. And, I don't know, we'll see how fast he can get the Bloodstone up.
We see 3 heroes converging on Clockwork. He could be in trouble here. He is definitely going to be in trouble here. Gets the stun out. Oh, but the Crystal Maiden didn't rotate down. A little bit of a miscommunication.
I don't think she would be able to get there in time anyway. Oh, but now he can hook on one of them. He can hook on the Crystal Maiden.
No.
This should be an easy kill.
Yep.
There we go, yeah. Didn't even have to use cogs.
Good thing, too, because he had no mana.
Yeah. That's the trouble with the model Clockwork. Like, the regen is good, but the mana pool is actually kind of a problem if you go bottle instead of, like, just kind of stats item Arcane Boots.
So we see GA grouping 4 mid here. They might try to take another tower. Ultimate is up for Death Prophet again. I swear, that ultimate is the shortest, 100 seconds. Here it comes. They're going to clear the quick wave.
The interesting thing here is 4T doesn't actually have that much
mid tower won't last
unless Luna's there.
We get a sleep out on Jimmy, but the stun hits Chemo Maiden. It's not going to matter. They're going to take the tower. They're going to be able to turn around on Jimmy. Fiend script on him. They really want this kill. They get him. Meanwhile, on the back end, Clockwork is shutting them out, able to keep 4T away.
Yeah.
Silence up on the Storm. And actually, the pick of Death Prophet against the Storm was great because you get that nice silence.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
That's true. I mean, you have to hit it, which is a problem. But, yeah, if he doesn't, like, keep moving around, then he can easily get silenced. You can just blow him up. So at this point, I'd like to note that earlier it was 6-0 in favor of 4T. Now the last 5 kills have gone over to Gaben's army along with 2 towers. So
and if you take a look at the gold graph, you take a look, they were down by 2,000 gold, and now they're up by 2,000. You look at the XP graph, and they're even.
Yeah, they just got 2,000 tower gold, so that's probably why.
So this is an even game now.
Yeah. So, you know, GA, I think they might want to just keep 5-manning.
Yeah.
Or 4-man, I guess Weaver wasn't there. Because, you know, Death Prophet ult, they don't have a lot of ways to deal with that. Once it gets a little bit later, they can just try to kill the Death Prophet, but I don't think they quite have the burst right now without Luna to kill her like that.
We don't see any big items up yet. So Weaver's not farming poorly. He will have a good, well-timed Lycan Sphere.
Well, he died twice.
Yeah,
so
but it's...
That's really screwed him over.
Yeah, and yet he's...
Net worth.
Let's take a look at
He's
net worth.
barely ahead of the Luna.
But he died twice, and he's ahead of the Luna. I guess the Luna has died twice recently.
He seems to be last.
Radiant's mid
Jimmy, you were out too far. You are out too far, Jimmy.
Radiant's toughened up their structures.
Oh, early cogs. It's a mistake.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Yeah, I guess Crazy didn't want to go for the
Radiant's
kill.
mid tower's getting banged up.
Alright, they're going to ult down this tower on
Guess
bot.
what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
So, even more of the lead. Meantime, they're going to kind of counter push
Dire's
onto
bottom
the
tower got blown
mid
to
tier
bits.
1.
If she teleports in
Radiant's mid
here,
tower's coming
she'll
apart.
probably die, actually, if she did that.
In the meantime, Alchemist looks like he's going to go down on top. He
How
got
about
Cog,
that?
so he goes down 6-6. They pull out of the mid engagement and they don't get the tower. So, not the best exchange for 4T. They're like missing something here.
Yeah, I mean, they had those great engagements early game, but like I said, it wasn't like the other team was necessarily doing bad things. They just kind of got stuck on the bad end of a few of them, and now they're not getting stuck on the bad end. We see an AA ulti coming out trying to hit Vanek, but it's not enough.
That's interesting. So both of, earlier I was talking about how the GA sports were having trouble, but now they're both at level 6. I think neither 4T support is. And yeah, the Fiend's Grip made a big difference in the mid engagement. Got him killed they might not have gotten otherwise.
Yeah. I was afraid he was wasting it because I always like to see Fiend's Grip go out on a storm. But hey,
That's true.
got to kill.
Sometimes you just gotta kill what you see, you know?
Sometimes. We see good warding for both teams. Pretty standard wards coming out from the Dire. One extra mid ward for the Radiant. What items we have coming out? Lots of wards for Crystal Maiden. Nothing really on Alchemist. Wards and consumables. Jorah with an Aquila, but that's it. He's got his Helm of Iron Will, so
I don't like that. I don't think he can afford to go for the Dominator if GA is going to play like this. He needs to rush the BKB.
yeah, I agree. We see a wraparound coming from GA, but they didn't smoke, so this is going to be spotted out, and they're going to back immediately. It's a mistake and a waste of time right there. However, this does force 4T to keep 4 heroes mid to try to keep this tower up. They don't want to lose their tier 2 mid this early. Oh, you're roboting. I can't understand you.
Sorry. They're all just kind of wandering back and forth between the tier 2s mid and bot.
Yeah.
Clockwork's wandering off. Clockwork needs to be up there and try to pick somebody off.
Alright, they're going to try to take this tier 2. We see the ultimate pop from Death Prophet a bit early, in my opinion. We haven't seen a hook shot yet from Clockwork. He's waiting.
Tower's getting beat down.
There's no real good target right now. Jorah's coming around. He's trying to farm on the back end. I don't think they see him, though, so...
No.
Alright, they need to go on the tower.
Dire's mid tower.
Which they are.
They don't have that much duration left.
Fortify their structure.
After the Fortify, I think 4T can try to fight.
They see the rocket. They see the ping come out on Jorah. He's thinking about going in. Vanek almost goes down to that. The Shackle does not latch. Oh, long range hook shot, but he only gets the Wind Ranger, not Vanek.
Yeah, but it's not taking a lot of damage.
He's going to go down.
Yeah, he goes down, yeah.
Here comes the ult from Jorah. Oh, they're able to get 2 on the backside with a great Crypt Swarm, but 4T jumps in, going to get the kill here. So 4 for 2. Great exchange.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice hook in that he managed to get a hit, but it got him out of position and it didn't really get them a kill either.
No.
He had to dive in without Death Prophet.
He was trying to hook the Crystal Maiden. If he'd gotten the Crystal Maiden there, it might have been better. Because Crystal Maiden's blast and lockdown was enough to kill him.
Yeah, I think Crystal Maiden might have just died from the hook impact.
Yes. Which would have been better, honestly.
Yeah, then he
best do something about that bottom tower.
I mean, imagine if she popped her ult there.
CM?
Yeah.
I guess she has. At level 7.
See Storm Spirit. He might be going Orchid, or he might go straight Bloodstone. I'm not sure what he's going to do here.
Looks like it's going to be a Lincoln's or Sheep, because he picked up a Ultimate Orb.
Ah, I didn't see that.
Lincoln's would be good. Obviously, like the Bane thing is going to be a problem. Storm doesn't have to worry too much about Clockwork, because he can just zip out. But it won't help against the silence from Death Prophet, or the physical damage from Death Prophet.
Oh, this could be a hook on Vanek. If he pulled the trigger, maybe.
Yeah, he didn't want to chance it. They need the hook. They don't want to...
Meanwhile, top, we see an Invis Storm Spirit walking around on Gaven's army. He might be able to get a pull here, but this could be his undoing if he goes for this. 2 heroes in the vicinity. He only sees one of them on top of the Death Prophet.
I guess he's waiting for Wind Ranger to show up, but he can't do anything to this by himself. He'll just get Fiend's Gripped. Well, then now they know that Death Prophet is separated.
He gets out.
He just runs away. All right.
He's got no mana now, though, so he's at a very weak state, and they know if they click on him.
All right, DP ult's cooled down, so...
Why not take it on the tower?
Split push. They got Weaver and Clockwork on the bot. They really want Clockwork here if they're going to try to push. They don't really have any initiation otherwise. Like, all they can really do is just keep nuking the creeps and walking
Guess
up
what's
with the
happening
Death
to
Prophet ult.
Dire's bottom tower.
So they're not in position to defend this right now at all. They really need 4 or 5 people here.
Dire's bottom
This is just
tower's
gonna-
getting
Well-
the business.
They're sending one guy down to defend the bot tower. They're gonna go in on
Dire
Bane.
just couldn't save that bottom tower.
Jumps far, and he misses the actual AA ulti, but he has to get out now. He's going to go down immediately. Jorah's ult goes off. He's able to... Fiend Script immediately goes down.
2 down.
But Jimmy turns it around.
Turns it around, but too slow. I mean, they lose both their cores there.
That's true, but they keep the tower. Storm got a little bit aggressive, diving into a Death Prophet ult. I don't remember. Didn't notice he got his mana back up, but he might have been expecting to be able to jump back out, or maybe he got silenced. I didn't actually see what happened.
Storm, he ran out of mana. And
Ran out of mana.
he got stunned by the AA Cold Feet.
Oh, that'll do it. And then you're just standing there next to Death Prophet ult. You can't do that. It's too much damage now.
Lots of damage.
I got a Midas Gaming. Hey,
Midas
Alchemist. Alchemist ready to go here. He's got no points in Grievel's Greed, but he does have the Midas.
Meanwhile, no Midas on Jorah. I would have liked to see a Midas from these guys. I mean,
Really? Connet died twice. If he got Midas out, it would have been like, I don't know, 8 minutes.
Radiant's mid tower's
Maybe.
getting banged
Luna
up.
couldn't have gone for it, yeah. But the Helm kind of is a similar role, and then it helps you farm if you use it to stack the Ancients. So you might try to do that to accelerate his farm instead.
yeah. We see a very aggressive Death Prophet here. Oh, but they have the wards. They're able to see Jorah and Jimmy. Ward goes down for them as well. She doesn't know. They're going to get jumped on really hard right there. Stun comes out. She's going to go in with Death Prophet ult. But this stun's going to hit her. If they turn around...
No, he's silenced. It's going to hit him. No, he
There it
turns
goes.
off.
Oh, but
He
here
gets
comes
pulled off.
the first fight for the Weaver. He uses his Midas. Good. All is not lost. Kill by a neutral. Very well played. Meanwhile, on the backside, they're going to try to take some supports here. This could be really bad for 4T if they're not careful. This is a double damage Death Prophet.
He doesn't
Miss-
affect the ghosts. So it's just like plus 80 damage or whatever.
That's all. Just plus 80.
I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world.
All that for a support Alchemist. I actually think that was good for 4T. That slows down the push a little bit.
Did Luna use her ult?
No.
Dire's mid
It
tower's
was not
having
cooled down yet.
technical
So, I mean,
difficulties.
they don't have
Can't do
deep ult
nothing
for this
about
mid
Dire's
tower. So
structures
if
right now.
4T wants to fight this,
Radiant's
they could
bottom
win.
tower seems
This is the time. They have to fight it now. We see Alchemist TPing in. That is ballsy.
Oh. I thought that would hit.
Radiant's
Fluff is going to go down.
Oh, no, he gets... Oh, that's unfortunate. Crystal Maiden ult immediately stopped, but Jorah comes in. Is they going to be able to get any kills here? No, the Storm jumps in, is able to get one, but it is immediately silenced. Crypt Swarm comes out, but they're just going to kind of fall over their own feet. Meanwhile, Weaver does
Radiant's
damage.
top tower's taking hits.
Storm able to jump out, but they need to be careful here. Weaver finishes Lincoln's.
Radiant's top
AA
tower's
ulti.
hurting.
Oh, barely misses. Very
They're just not
close.
going to stop with this push. They got a guy back, and they're just going to go for it again.
Dire's
Now
mid
the
tower
DP ult
could
is
use a
cooled
little
down,
help.
so... In they go.
So there goes the tower. They already used fortification. They could take try to go high ground with this ultimate. At least do some
Dire
damage.
were partial. Radiant swooped in
without
and
cooperating,
disowned their top
just-
tower.
Unnecessarily risky to try to go high ground. They could try to Rosh with it. That's going to cool down too fast.
Yeah.
Or run out. We do have the Bloodstone up on Death Prophet, which is, it's not like my favorite item on her, but, you know, getting in at a reasonable time like this is always good. So she's much tankier now. Good regen, can freely farm with the Crypt Storm if she decides to do that.
11 minutes in, she's got, or 23 minutes in, she's got 11 charges. Not bad.
Yeah. Well, you start with 8 now.
Oh, right. Forgot.
But still, not bad. She hasn't died since she got it. And they've been kind of snowballing since then, which is exactly the situation you want with Bloodstone. We she doesn't need that many charges, because Death Prophet, like, after a certain point, is not that mana intensive.
Oh, misses the hook.
Players here.
Should have hit that.
Yeah, it's too bad. Okay, Clockwork, if you look at his items here, he's gone for a Force Staff. which means you're trying to play safe. So I guess what he's going to try to look to do is hook in to the Luna, and then force staff out of the cogs so that he doesn't get bursted down.
Yep. Very smart play. Meanwhile, they're going to try to push mid. They're going to get it, so at least they're able to get one mid tower down.
Radiant's mid tower's getting the water.
But Vanek's way out by itself. I wouldn't want to be there, my man. Disconnection from Clockwork again. Poor guy. So if we take a look at items, Force Staff on Clockwork's a great item to have. We see Mana Boost up on Ancient Apparition. I assume he's going for a Yule's next, it would seem like. Bane also with Arcanes. And Death Prophet with her Bloodstone. So good items up. This could be really bad for 4T. They are deep. They're deep, and they're going to get wrapped around on. The AA ulti is going to miss.
Although without Hook, I don't know if they could catch anybody out.
I'm sure they can.
I'm over here.
They don't really have a lot of disable other than Clockwork.
They could have caught Jimmy, definitely.
Oh, what is he doing? Oh, he's gonna try to. He's gonna go and get a TP out of their base and then try to get out.
I think he's just going to die to the fountain.
What was that?
I think he didn't want to die to a specific hero, but that's kind of silly.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, it's kind of better to feed the kill to the Bane and have it split amongst everybody.
Yes. It's called panic. That's what that's called.
That was not panic. He was thinking about that for a while. Plenty of time to walk over there. That was his main lodestar. But so we've got a ghost step.
You're roboting.
Sorry. We got a ghost step which, I mean, it makes sense, but he's got to be really careful at activating it because if he uses it like during eclipse, it's just gonna increase the pain.
Oh, they got Death Prophet trapped. They can blast her down here. Oh, Vanek should have ulted.
Dire's top
From the low ground.
You know the drill.
Oh, here we go. We got a BKB finally on Jorah. So he's going to be a big problem. He will still take damage from the Death Prophet, and he can still get ulted by Bane. But now they have to ult him, and they have to make sure the Death Prophet ults up to fight.
Yep. So this is actually a space creating item for Storm if he's able to get some DPS going.
I want to mine the top tower.
It looks like he's going to go Sheepstick now. I don't mind this. I think this is fine. I would have liked to see an Orchid, honestly. Are they going to use it on Storm here? Are they going to use Feeding Trip? No, he jumps out. They get a stun. Oh, Jorah goes in with BKB. They're going to take him down fast. There he goes. Storm jumps out. They get a great shackle. And this is going to be a wipe.
Somebody's cooking.
Oh, Bane's going to be able to survive a little while longer, but there you go. Of course, Death Prophet's alive already with her Bloodstone, but that was a great engagement, a perfect shackle shot to knock down two heroes. Jorah runs in, good zip in, zip out, and then zip back in, reinitiate by Storm Spirit.
Well, the big thing was Death Prophet dying early like that, because then they just didn't have any damage so we were there. So, you know, I mean, they were the double shackle was good, but the fight was won by that point when they killed Prophet. Prophet kind of needs to get a little bit more farm going, actually. She needs to be tankier.
But you know, they won that fight, but there was no Weaver. And Weaver's finished the Desolator now, has a Lincoln Sphere. Looking scary. Just straight up farming. He's got 173 last hits compared to 114 on Jorah.
Well, on the other hand, compared to only 76 on the Death Prophet.
And if we take a look at the net worth, he's at 1,200 compared to 12,000 compared to 9,000.
Yeah, his farm is very good. That's true. And next time they fight, they might want him to be there, because otherwise, if Death Prophet gets bursted again, they're not going to be able to deal with Luna without Weaver. Yeah, I think not Luna, sorry, Death Prophet might want to look in. Looks like he's going to go for Shivas or something, but I think he might want to look into BKB also, because they have a lot of stuff that hurts, does not go through BKB, and is blowing her up before she's getting out the entire duration of her ult.
Yeah. We're talking about jumping on Storm here, but I don't see how they're going to do that. And Storm's Sheepstick is going to be over. It's actually finished now. He can pick it up, which he's going to go do. Meanwhile, Death Prophet's wrapping around. They really want to initiate here, but they're going to have a Sheep to deal with on Storm, and Weaver's not Oh, Weaver is here now. So it's a full 5-man team. It's going to be 5 versus 5 in the middle.
Wonder what they're doing.
Which team? Gaben's army?
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah.
seen better days.
Yeah, they didn't. I guess they're gonna.
They're going to Roche, which is great, but they really need the Weaver here for his negative armor.
Yeah, they need it. And also, I imagine they want him to pick it up. Aegis is a horrible item on Death Prophet. Well, I mean, obviously it's great because you get to live twice, but the problem is you don't get your ghost back if you die.
Long jump, pull on Chemo Maiden. Chemo Maiden's going to go down almost immediately. Jorah comes in with the ultimate. Death Prophet ults a little too late. They might be able to get Jimmy here. They're not even going to get Jimmy here. CM ultimate doing work, able to take out the Weaver and then the Shackle to finish it off. 5-man team wipe.
Well, that's the second straight fight where they just got wiped. So their initiation hasn't been great. And so they're just letting like this invisible Jimmy kind of wander in and start off the fight the right way with an alchemist stun. So they have to be a little bit more careful about how they pick these fights. I mean, if they lose another 5-0, that could be the game.
Yep.
Roche is done for.
They're actually going to give Aegis to Storm, which I think is a great decision. He's able to zip in now and just kind of fight. Die once, get full mana, zip out. Jorah's farming agents, trying to finish. Is this going to be... It's a Yasha, so it's going to be a Manta.
Looks like it, yeah. Which is fine. You can either go Manta or you can go something a little bit more damagey, like a Butterfly. But, you know, you can't go wrong with a Manta.
Trouble.
I don't know if there's anything in
Radiant's
particular he's going to
bottom
want
tower.
to disjoint. Well, especially not because he has a BKB.
Power Ranger TP bottom. They really don't want to lose this tower. And we've seen Death Prophet be slowed down a lot, down to 4 charges on the Bloodstone. Mystic Staff in the inventory. She's going to, I assume, also be going for a Hex, which would make sense. But a lot slower than Storm's Hex.
Well, that's because he already has $5,000 with Bloodstone sitting there. But,
And this Midas is going to pay off. This guy's going to be able to farm an Assault Cuirass pretty quickly. Stuns channeled. I mean, this is the Shackle Shot, which means that the Lincoln's blocks the second stun.
And it's off.
but they're trying to hook it off of the creep in onto the Weaver and didn't quite get it. You know, it's worth a shot. There's no other way for them to really get the Weaver in that situation.
So now I think that after losing control in kind of the early mid-game, Forti's been able to take it back, and now they're just kind of comfortably splitting up, farming up all their heroes. They have, if they can get their Alchemist as a third carry. Meanwhile, we see Storm going top. He might be able to get a kill here, but there's the silence. That's going to make it very hard for him to kill. And Clockwork comes in. He might be able to hook in. He gets a hook. He's going to be able to get Battery Assault. He's able to zip out. I don't know how he did that. Normally, you can't even do anything with Battery Assault. Oh, the silence is just a little too late. Storm gets very lucky there. I think Ancient Apparition wants to go for a kill here, but he goes the wrong direction.
I love the haste animation for AA.
Looks like he's like a lineman bowling down people.
I think the Weaver set is the new Star Ladder set. I think.
Oh yeah, I have that set. No, that's not the Star Ladder set. It's an even cooler set.
Master Weaver? I thought it was.
It's not the Star Ladder set that I have.
Bottom tower.
Well, I don't know what it
Dire's
is.
top tower. You know the drill. Dire's lost the top tower.
So they didn't even try to
There
contest
goes
that one.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I think 4T should be very confident in their chances to fight.
Yes.
You know, they have the Aegis. They've obviously won the last two fights 5-0. Thought maybe they're worried about what'll happen if they don't get great initiation, which looks like they might be able to get here.
What happened is
so-
once Jor got that BKB, it just became a different game.
Boom, there it goes.
Well, he didn't have it in the first fight. The difference in the first fight was they tried to silence Storm while he was under the Bane sleep, and it doesn't work. And then they blew a bunch of stuff on him, and they ended up losing the Death Prophet.
Run,
Second
Jimmy,
fight.
run!
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
So we're going to see kind of a 5-man
Radiant's mid tower
pile
needs
over
a
here,
hand.
but the waves are in favor of 4T right now, so if they don't take this quickly, they're going to have to back.
All right, in they go. They're leading with the Death Prophet.
AO misses.
Dire structures looking
Fortification, a
fortified.
little bit of a blast, and this is going to stop this push.
No, AA should have waited a little bit on the blast until people were in a more defined space.
Yeah.
And they still have probably one more wave worth of time on Exorcism. But it'll run out.
No,
probably,
it's
like, in the middle.
it's running out in 3 seconds.
Yeah. I don't think they can fight without it.
They're going to try. Stun comes up. She's going to get a stun. Oh, this is not a good initiation. This is going to be really bad. A great shackle again. Meanwhile, on the backside, they're going to try to get in there. They're not able to. Weaver's going to try to just do damage, able to very quickly kill Vanek, except his Ghost Scepter saves him. There's a good AA ult, able to take 2. There's the Fiend Script on Jorah. They're going to have to shut it down. Jorah's ult comes out.
How about that?
Oh, man, but the Weaver damage is going to be too much. Oh, but they're able to get the clockwork. Weaver has to phase shift out. They're able to get a break of his... Oh, and then another amazing shackle.
I think he's going to go down.
6 in a
Oh, there you
row.
go.
How about that?
These shackles, man.
And they had the disables at the right time. Bane had had his ult out on the Luna, but he got orchided by the Windrunner. And in the meantime, the other 3 guys couldn't engage in the first fight because they were getting disrupted by Storm, so they ended up losing the Death Prophet. Yeah, that was... 4T is really starting off their fights in much, much stronger position.
Yes.
Like, on paper, this shouldn't be this easy while they're doing these fights.
I mean, and Jorah almost goes down there, but just barely survives. It was wonderful. I mean, if Weaver had gotten off 3 more auto attacks, he'd be dead.
Yeah, but I mean, since they're getting up to such a bad start, they're not in a situation where Weaver can afford to just stand around and attack people.
And it's off.
Another shackle. And he uses the hook to kill a guy with an Aegis. Not the best.
Yeah, at least now he doesn't have Aegis.
Yeah, and he doesn't have
Now he's
hook.
gonna fall
Radiant's
back.
mid tower's coming apart.
He jumps. That's ballsy.
Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good.
Kind of Q's got a Dagon right now. You know, actually it makes a lot of sense. Like the AA, for example, is unbelievably squishy.
Yeah,
So-
no health items. Still doesn't have his Yules. He's trying. We see the 4 stuff out on CM. We see the Assault Cuirass finish an Alchemist. So there is so much minus armor coming out from this hero.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem for Weaver right now. If he tries to stand and fight, his minus armor isn't that much better than theirs anymore.
Yeah.
And 14 armor isn't that much for a carry, so he's not even that armored.
So Jorah's going to try to finish up his Satanic here. In about 1,300 more gold. Or more than that. I don't know, but...
That's good. Pretty defensive item build from him. There's no, like, Daedalus in there or anything, so it's just kind of agility and BKB and lifesteal, but...
But I mean, there's no
Worked out pretty
BKBs
well.
coming out on
Radiant's top
might be a
tower is
BKB on
hurting.
Clockwork soon, but his magic damage is more than enough to win these fights.
That's true.
And the minus armor is so much from Alchemist that if it's a team fight, you know, he has plenty of extra physical damage. And what is that? That's minus 6 armor, minus... How much is the Assault Cuirass? 5 armor? So minus 11 armor just by being near Alchemist with his Acid Spray.
It's pretty solid. So that point, Weaver will only be at, like... He'll be at 3. Excuse me, he'll be at 3 armor, which, you know, he's just going to melt to the Luna
Yeah.
Storm autos.
Yep. Storm jumps middle. The Hex goes out. Oh, man. So much damage. The Orchid's there. And Vanek ults. Why not? And the Shackle. Just throw everything. 44 seconds down on the Death Prophet. And this is looking pretty bad for GA right now.
And they can still try to turn around one good fight, although without Death Prophet, they might be in trouble right here.
We see stun coming out. Holy crap!
Mid towers getting
Yeah,
banged
minus
up.
armor helps out your concoction, so Jimmy just dives in and gets the kill.
Chimmy. Meanwhile, they're going to get a kill on Flesh over here. Oh, good hook, able to hold him in. Spain still goes down, though. And that is indicating
Radiant's mid towers.
the end of the game. What is...
Radiant's
Okay,
gone
he's able to jump out.
fortified their structures.
Oh, they get a... Oh, that's going to be it.
That's four.
There goes the Weaver.
How about that?
Buyback on the Weaver.
Taking some
That's going to be mid-racks.
There goes the Radiant's mid-range.
They have Exorcism, but I wouldn't have used it here. Like, it's a waste now. They're going to run, wait for Exorcism to cool down.
Yeah, that's kind of problematic.
Two
If you
charges
look at
on the
net-
Bloodstone.
If you look at the net worth charts right now, Weaver is... He fell down a lot, so did he buy back? He dropped it. I thought
He
was
bought
higher.
back.
Oh, he did. Oh.
It's
So,
not-
yeah. Well, before that engagement, he was on top. Then it was the next four guys were all from 4T. So if you look at the fights, everybody other than Weaver is
Those won't
so...
be stomping around no more,
Quick.
thanks to the die.
Everybody other than Weaver is so squishy they're just getting blown up. Because nobody else really has the farm to keep up with the Dire.
No. And they're just going to walk down bottom lane here and get it. I mean, they have an Aegis on Jorah. He has a Satanic now, so really he has 3 lives. Still not a lot of damage, only doing about 230 damage a hit, but... Oh, man.
minus armor.
With minus armor, with 11 minus armor.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
In the meantime, Storm looks like he's going for Max and Sables. He's flying his Orchid out, I think. Or he's flying out his other Oblivion staff anyway.
Yeah. Dagon, Orchid, Hex. He can
Radiant's
kill any
bottom
one
tower
hero at
seen
this point.
better days.
Alright, the Sheep and the Yules are finished up on the Radiant side. I don't know
Radiant's
if the
bottom
Yules is
tower
actually
ain't
going to
a
help
pretty
them that
sight
much.
right now.
But the Sheep
Radiant
can't
lost
hurt.
one of them bottom towers.
Yeah, but Jorah's got a BKB. He just BKBs up. And now he's got an Aegis, so even if they sheep him and he dies once, they still are going to lose these racks. They should just dive in, honestly. They're going to win this fight. We see the Orchid finished on Storm if he flies it out to himself. Jorah's going to go high ground. Acid Spray is out. Storm is where? Storm's jumping in mid, and he's going to get a easy kill on the Clockwork on the backside. Gets hexed, but the Chemical Concoction comes out. Massive Shackle. Everyone's dead. They're all dead. There goes Death Prophet.
Radiant's mid-ranks is taking
And
beacon.
that's... It's all over but the crying at this point. Jimmy's man-moding against the carry. Do it, Jimmy!
Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's
Jimmy
bottom
runs.
tower's done for.
Storm wants to man-mode it.
Radiant's bottom racks didn't make it. Radiant's bottom racks is getting hammered. Radiant's bottom racks ain't no longer with us.
They should be calling GG anytime now. That's going to be it for this game. There it is.
In a row.
GG, well played.
How about that? Dire's done it again.
Yeah. That was a pretty good game.
It was a back
Looked
and
really
forth game.
even. Yeah. Well, I think what really did it in was 4T was getting much, much better initiation in their fights, even though they didn't have the Clockwork. Clockwork, he was getting hooks, but he was never getting, like, perfect hooks. And late game, Storm was able to initiate much better just by zipping in and blowing up the supports.
Yeah, I mean, they had the early game. They lost a few fights and started to lose their momentum. And congrats to 4T. I mean, they went in and took a lot of very good fights. Were very organized in their initiations. It was just very impressive.
Well, they had 3 consecutive team wipes, which is where the game went from even to them getting rolled.
Yeah.
Or to GA getting rolled.
Well, guys, that's going to be it for game number 1. Stay tuned. Game number 2 will be coming up in just a little while.
Whoop, whoop.